That's a lot of money. Losing 50 fucking, 30 fucking percent. So it declines by 31% to under $1 billion. That's insane. So Ubisoft has regained the has released the financial results of the 9 months ending in December 31st, 2024, reporting significant declines. Oh boy. In revenues and net bookings. The firm remains optimistic, however, with the upcoming release of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Pre-sales of the title are reportedly to be tracking solidly and on par with the franchise's second highest earner, Odyssey. Didn't they say that about Star Wars Outlaw? Like, I don't know, guys. I feel like we've been hearing this a lot, and I don't know what to say. Yeah, Odyssey would be so good. Yeah, what is this? The numbers. So revenue is down by 31%. Net bookings are down by 34%. Digital net bookings are down by 33%. Back catalog net bookings are only down by 27%. Oh my God. Despite a... Wait, so this is a total of 51.8% decline? Oh my God. The decline year on year in net bookings for Q3. Fuck. Ubisoft highlighted that this was in line with its revised expectation. Well, it was in line? I mean, like, this is like saying the plane is going to crash, and the plane crashes, and you're saying, well, this was in line with our expectations. Nothing to see here. Oh, yes, of course, this is what would happen. Yes, of course, the plane will crash. Yes, the train will derail. It's just how it is. Yeah, you're short-sighted. Am I? I think they are. I think that they spent 10 years, or probably better part of the better part of 10 years, taking all of the goodwill that they had with the market and then trying to extract as much value out of it as possible. And then they created a very, very high net worth for their company that then they were unable to capitalize on afterwards because of how predatory the content was. So, no, I don't think this is me being short-sighted. I think this is the outcome of them being short-sighted. And also, like, are we really going to expect... So, Assassin's Creed Shadows, let's see how much sales is it going to make. So, revenue is going to be 31,000. So, let's assume that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be one-third of their total revenue. So, it basically has to go to, if it's down by 31%, so we're looking like a $1.2 billion difference, right? So that's $400 million. Is Assassin's Creed Shadows going to sell 400 million copies? So you do the logic and you think about what the numbers for that are. So if it's selling for $70 and you need to make $400 million, and we'll assume that you're making $40. Actually, let's assume $30 out of that $70 is pure profit, right? Just to make this easy. Actually, we're talking about revenue and not profit. Let's actually assume that let's assume 45. I think 45. Does 45 sound good? Let's say 45% revenue. So 45% revenue. Now we have to do the calculator. We need to have $400 million. And so you need to sell that divided by 40. How many copies do you need to sell? 10 million copies to break even. How many copies did the last Assassin's Creed sell? Great question. Okay. Read Valhalla. Sales. That'll come up, right? Assassin's Creed Valhalla made over $1 billion. How many copies did it sell? It sold over 20 million copies. So if it is on track to the sales, it can actually... Oh, no, Mirage. No. They didn't say that. They compared it to Valhalla. Let's scroll up and look at it again together. Where is it? Give me a minute. Oh, Odyssey. I'm glad we looked at it together. $10 million copies. So if it sells over... Okay, so it sold over 10 million copies worldwide. And I would also assume that when Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out, what was the year that it was released? Actually, why am I even asking this? I can only just click on it. It's good. 2018. So I'm also going to assume that Assassin's Creed Odyssey probably had less microtransactions than Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which would assume that... And I would also assume that Assassin's Creed Shadows will have an equivalent amount of microtransactions as Valhalla did. Okay, no, it didn't. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm wrong about that. And so, okay, so if they sold 10 million copies, Odyssey had more. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and then people are telling me that I was short-sighted. Okay, yeah, I didn't play the game, so I'm not sure. I just assumed since, like, I feel like things have gotten worse over time, but apparently not. Ubisoft has been a trailblazer. And so, oh, wow. 36 monthly active users across console and PC. As for playtime sessions, these rose by 4% and 7%. Early previews haven't... Wait, what? The increase in revenues will hinge on the launch of Shadows. Early previews have been positive, praising its narrative and immersive experience, with both characters playing critical roles in the game's storyline. Well, if both characters play critical roles in the game's storyline, why did you come out and say that you didn't need to play both characters in order to experience the story? That's interesting. Anyway, as well as the quality and complementarity of the gameplay provided from the dual protagonist approach. I want to commend the incredible talent. Yeah, sure. Okay. What about the engine? Well, I don't know. And these are also game journalist reviews. So, will it sell 10 million copies? Will Assassin's Creed Shadows sell 10 million copies? I think that it will probably sell between 4 and 6 million, if I had to guess. And that's a very optimistic projection. Now, I could be totally off on this, but I think it's going to be between 4 and 6, 12 months out. That's my guess. You can clip it, and we'll find out whether I'm right. And maybe check out the other sales. And then also, here's the other problem. It's that the last previous games for Ubisoft have all sold very badly. And I've shown this graph before, but I'll pull it up again just so we can keep, make sure everybody's on the same page here. So Path of Exile is a game that has had numerous ups and downs, and obviously these are leaks. So this is probably the best point of reference that I have to explain a point. My point is that past performance is an indicator of future performance, and people judge credibility and basically like their trust in a game based off of the last previous releases. Lake of Calandra was actually a very badly received league. A lot of people did not like Lake of Calandra. There were a lot of problems with this league, and consequently, Sanctum, that was actually an incredibly well-received league that almost everybody liked. And you can see also by the fall-off, how the fall-off is much, much stronger for Sanctum. Or the fall-off, there's less fall-off for Sanctum than there is for Lake of Calandra. Because Sanctum was such a good league, then it basically multiplied into Crucible League that was also a pretty good league, and then that made that many more people play Crucible League. So what happens is that people build up trust in a game company after the game company releases quality games one after another. Like, okay, well, the last game that they brought out was good, so now I think this game is going to be good. Here's a great example, The Witcher 4. I think that CD Projekt Red did me right as a consumer with Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk. I think they did. I think that both of these games are amazing, even though, let's be honest, I haven't finished either one of them. I already feel like they were incredible games. So because of that, I give them the benefit of the doubt, and I would probably be willing to buy Witcher 4 I mean, obviously I'm going to pre-order and buy the game because I'm a streamer, but if I wasn't, I would still buy the game very quickly after seeing reviews, right? I would go into it with the expectation that it's going to be a high-quality game. It's the same thing with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, and let's take a look at how that game's doing. Look at that. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a massive amount of people playing it. It's reaching over, and this is a single-player game, by the way. It reached a peak of 250,000 players, and the reason why is the previous game they released was a very, very high-quality game that people were very excited about. So what I'm trying to do, like create a pattern for is that people base their confidence and whether they're going to buy a game based off of the last game. And here's another great example, one more. Dragonflight. So Shadowlands was a very, very bad expansion. A lot of people hated Shadowlands in World of Warcraft. Caused a ton of people to quit the game, and it was basically like the fucking apocalypse of WoW. It was like the beginning of the end of WoW, unironically. Dragonflight was a much better expansion in a lot of ways, and it actually solved a lot of the problems that Shadowlands had, and it was innovative in a lot of ways that were unique. But not as many people played it. At least it seems like to me. And there wasn't as many sales for it. Now, obviously, COVID multiplied Shadowlands a lot. That being said, it still didn't sell that well. And I think that now what you're seeing is that because Dragonflight did well, you see a lot of people that are still invested in the War Within. Because Dragonflight, people felt like they were treated right. And with the War Within, people are maintaining engagement levels that are high. So you can see how there's a ripple effect of products, and a previous product's performance affects a future product's life cycle. Like, and like, there's dozens of them, right? Have I made enough examples to where this is an established fact that we can just move on from? Yeah, hopefully, right? Yes, okay, good, great. Let's move on. So the point is that Assassin's Creed Valhalla made over $1 billion. Big dick, right? Big dick game, amazing game. I remember watching Shroud play this game. What are the recent Ubisoft game releases? Okay, so latest releases. Oh god. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh. Jesus. Oh, good thing I shut down the studio. Oh, fuck, man. And so the crew's bad? Well, here's what I'm saying. So let's look at these games, and let's see what the reception was from players. How about that? Let's go to Metacritic. And let's look at Star Wars Outlaws. .3, not so good. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. 7, decent, but it seems like there's not really a lot of people playing it. Skull and Bones, you already know. 2. And The Crew, Motorfest. Relatively well received. Why even test the games? What I'm saying is that Ubisoft has had a pattern of releases that have not instilled faith in the company. And also, I want to look at this from the perspective of stock. You see, this is a bad line. It's a really bad line to have. This is so, like, if you're running a company and you have this line, you're gonna be stressed. You should be stressed out. You should be really stressed. Be like, oh fuck, oh god, it's not good, right? 3 days, this company will be gone. 5 year. Look at Capcom stock. Yeah, and yeah, sure. I'll see how Capcom's doing. Oh, wow. Wow, what's this? Whoa, what happened? Whoa, God, what did they do? Whoa, what is it? Oh, what are they doing? That's a good line. You look at this line, it's a good line. You see that line, it's a bad line. And you can tell because one's going down and the other one's going up. Green is good, red is bad. It's that simple. And so you see this, and I'm not trying to make a perspective. This is what gamers want. This is I'm the czar of video gaming. No, this is, and 5 years, oh shit, look at this. This is bad, bro. It $2.32. It hasn't been that bad since 2013 in May. That's over 10 years. 10 years of sucking dicks. That's a lot of dicks. Wrong one? You don't please do not, don't think you're smart. Please stop it. And so anyway, yeah, and that's also not even accounting for inflation. That's a lot of dicks. That's a lot of dicks. So, Dragon's Dogma, yeah, Capcom released Dragon's Dogma. That game kind of sucked. I was really upset about that. I love that. Dude, I was expecting Dragon's Dogma 2 to be my next Elden Ring. I was expecting that to be like my more tactile, in between Monster Hunter and Elden Ring. That was going to be my fucking game. And I did put 100 hours into the game, okay? I'm not going to say it's awful. It was a fun game. But that being said, it could have been a lot better. And so, yeah, really, like, they gotta really, if they release a DLC for it the size of Iceborne, they could make Dragon's Dogma 2 a great game. They could make Dragon's Dogma great again. But as it stands right now, maybe if it's like 30, 40 bucks, I'd recommend buying it. It's fun for that much money. But, it really isn't, it isn't what it should have been. And so anyway, let's move on. Ubisoft is into shitter. They've released bad games for like 3 or 4 years now. If you think that just because you release a new Assassin's Creed, all of the people that bought Odyssey and Valhalla are going to come back and say, oh, we need to stop relying. Like, I think a lot of these really big companies rely on this like hidden market of people that don't even watch YouTube. The only way they hear about video games is in commercials, in commercial breaks, in between football games. And like, this is their audience. And if you're trying to sell FIFA, good idea. If you're trying to sell COD, that'll work. And Diablo 4, it seems like it kind of worked too. But with Assassin's Creed, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So, yeah, shitty DEI. No, these are people that don't even know. They don't even know what DEI means. DEI, like, what the fuck is DEI? Like, they don't even know what that is. Like, these are just, like, the normal, average, fucking Walmart Americans who heard the word. Yeah, FPS console Andes. And so, yeah, Valhalla's the worst Assassin's Creed game. I can see why you say that based off of my understanding of it, but I haven't played any of them, so I don't really know. And I'm going to let you guys know, I'm going to be going into Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I hope now that, with Avowed, I made a lot of negative, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Just, we'll give it a real quick. So, Avowed is not looking good. Avowed team is full of psychos. The Avowed drama is weird. If I was Avowed's director, I'd be worried now. Game director has lost his fucking mind. Modern audience will love this one. This is probably about something else. I played the game, and I thought it was actually relatively good. They farm you so much, they do. I'm a professional. Here's the thing. I hope that with my coverage of these games, that you guys can respect that I will give the most authentic and fair representation of a video game that I'm going to play. Even if it contradicts what I have been saying for months. I will give you a fair shake. And if Assassin's Creed Shadows is a good game, I'll be the first person to tell you. But I'm going to play it. And it true for you did for Astrobot? Yeah, I did. I did for Astrobot. I did for other games as well. And so I will go into it with a fair viewpoint, and I try to be as authentic and accurate as possible because I think that's what people want. I think at the end of the day, nobody wants some fucking culture warrior that's going to sit there and deduct points for fucking pronouns and all this bullshit just to score little minor things like the Kingdom Come Deliverance thing. Like, most people just want to play a fucking game that's not annoying, right? So unless it's in your face like Dragon Age, nobody's really going to give a fuck about it, right? And at the same time, nobody also cares about the diversity quota in the game either. Space Marine 2. How many women were in Space Marine 2? Who cares? It doesn't matter. And it was a great game. So I don't give a fuck about it either way. I am a gameplay first kind of guy. That is always going to be my focus. Now, I'll talk about social issues surrounding games. I think that they matter a lot. But at the end of the day, they are not my deciding factor for buying or not buying a game. That's it. And so anyway, drop the truth. Yeah, that's just how it is. And I've been fair with everything. And I think that I have been. They tried to force Space Marines to have women. Yeah, apparently they did away with that. And I think it wasn't even Space Marines. It was like the Astartes, which were... Custodes, which were different, because they were like blessed by like the Emperor's power or something like that. So there wasn't the same component of a like fucking like a trial that a female couldn't go through. But I don't remember all the lore, right? So I don't want to discuss that. My point is that Ubisoft losing. This is the biggest cope sentence that I've ever read. Despite us losing over half of our money, we're in line with the expectation. Great. Well, next time I have my Uber driver tell me that they're going to drive me somewhere and I see on the map, oh, it looks like we're going to be driving through this Taco Bell. Okay. Well, hey, I mean, I can't give the guy a 4-star review now. He's got to have a 5-star. I mean, he said he'd take me through the fucking Taco Bell, and he drove right through the fucking bitch. So, yeah, there it is. The expectation was shit. Yeah, it was. And so they didn't expect much, it seems? Yeah. Why invest if your expectations are so low? I think they're investing a lot into Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they think that it's going to be massively popular. I don't think that it will be. I think that there's been too much negative attention and negative press about it. And the big difference between Assassin's Creed Shadows and Avowed is that the Avowed drama was pretty much all about that one guy. That one asshole, weird art director guy. Just a weird fucking dickhead, right? Almost none of it was really about the game. But the difference is that Assassin's Creed Shadows, a lot of the criticism's about the fucking game. That's the issue. Yeah, it's also a known IP. Yeah, no, definitely, right? It's the art director. Yeah, definitely. People were begging for Assassin's Creed set in Japan for over a decade. The idea was correct. The execution is not. Reviews are stock for are stock for gamers, sir. Are stock not for gamers, sir? I don't know what that means. Sorry. And have you heard about the new Chinese movie? It's already grossed $1 billion. No, I haven't seen that at all. And do you think the negative press will have a positive impact? No, it won't. I think the idea, there's a lot of cope that people have. Negative press only has a positive impact if the negative press is wrong. That's the reality. It will only have a positive impact if it's wrong. So yeah, reviews are not for gamers. Reviews are for gamers. Absolutely they are. I knew it. They need more open world and live service games in order to get those numbers up. Definitely not a creativity problem. 2024 video games they released are Star Wars Outlaws, Skull and Bones, X-Defiant, and Prince of Persia. So yeah, this one was massively undersold. This one was like, make Star Wars Outlaws look like a fucking massive success. X-Defiant got shut down, and then they shut down the entire studio that made Prince of Persia. Oh, it's going to be so good. Oh, I'm sure that's what it's going to be. Yeah, any press is good press and negative. Well, so any press is good press if, like, it's true with a person like me, because a lot of times things that I say are misrepresented. But the problem is that when things that you say aren't misrepresented, and then people go and they watch it for themselves and they say, wow, this really is as bad as people are saying, then it's a problem. That's the issue. So yeah, From Software Cloud to make Warrior Within with Majora's Mask version. Yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to make a new one, right? Shadow's gameplay looks so bad. It does not look good. The gameplay does not look good. And Ubisoft lost $420 million in revenue. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. They lost over an... Yes, basically, they lost an entire Concord. That's insane. I think that they're going to have to do something drastic with the company. I do. I think that unless Assassin's Creed Shadows totally shatters my expectations and completely proves me wrong, I think they're going to have to do something tremendous and, like, very different with the entire company in order to maintain it. How many copies do you predict Shadows will sell? Within 1 year, it will sell 4 to 6 million. That's my guess.